honestly, I think Litecoin is an underdog or the next thing, the next big thing, right? Compared to Bitcoin. And I'm gonna use Bitcoin to compare it because a lot of people have realized across articles, podcasts, and even across social media, there's this negative leaning towards the Litecoin because a lot of people are saying it's similar to Bitcoin, or the creator of Litecoin just copied Bitcoin and changed a few things here and there. And that may be true. He kind of also admitted that, but it wasn't even a matter of copying, right? Because the vision of Litecoin's founder, or like for the Litecoin project, is way different compared to what Bitcoin has, right? I mean, we always hear it all the time that people say that Bitcoin is a store of value, Bitcoin is a store of value. So it's basically more like an asset class, right? But now when it comes to Litecoin, the creator, even he himself, Charlie Lee, once mentioned that his vision for Litecoin is just for it to be spent everywhere, like your Visa or MasterCard, right? So it's basically like a medium of exchange of some sort. And he even once mentioned that it's actually much more better for merchants. It's good for merchants because comparing the transaction confirmation times with that of Bitcoin, Bitcoin's confirmation time is 10 minutes. So imagine me taking 10 minutes to confirm whether my transaction went through in order for me to get my pizza. It'll probably be cold by then, right? But I mean, with just 2.5 minutes of Litecoin, which is how much it takes or how long it takes for a transaction to be confirmed, I mean, within those 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes rather, I could probably even think about where to eat my pizza, right? So I'm just trying to point out again that Litecoin is even better in another um, aspect. But it's not about what's better and what's not. I'm just pointing out that this project on its own has its unique objective that it wants to reach compared to that of Bitcoin. So I don't see a necessity in people saying Bitcoin is the coin that's going to win. I don't think there's even going to be a number one coin because I think as time goes on, people will start, there won't really be a number one coin because I think we will start having all these individual digital platforms which have their own coins, but the coins can run through other platforms because of, I mean, they have some sort of similar value, right? Or there will be some sort of calculation of the value. So I might be having a Facebook Libra coin and you might be having a Monero coin, and on own platform and on your own platform, but I'll still be able to do transactions with you. So I just think Litecoin will be one of those coins that will still be there alongside Bitcoin and maybe other altcoins, and of course with the new ones that will come in after mainstream adoption, right? And another important thing I think I should also point out about Litecoin is that they have 84 million coins that are circulating. Well, not all of them are circulating yet. Some are still yet to be mined. And compared to Bitcoin again, Bitcoin only has 21 million, just 21 compared to Litecoin's 84. So it shows again that they even have much more coins and more to mine. And I understand that one might say yes, but you can break one Bitcoin into a tenth. But I think that's another story for another day. Even if you would with Litecoin, you'd still have the same advantage that Litecoin has. I mean, Litecoin will still have an advantage, right? But now let's get to the question of what's the value of a crypto coin? What gives a crypto coin its value? Well, really just like your traditional country currencies, right? Like the US dollar, really the value of money is based off of the assets that back it. So the country's economic conditions, the country's assets, like your gold, how many do they have in their vaults, and all of those kind of factors influence eventually the value of a dollar compared to other countries and their economic conditions, right? So it's the same thing with a cryptocurrency coin, but now in this case, remember this is also a new community, right? It's more of like an industry as well. So the community within it determine the value of the coin. The community also including investors and other stakeholders that are playing a role in the cryptocurrency, right? And speaking of the value also, I think this is also important to mention out, which is that Litecoin is still working on, of course, their project. They're still moving, they're still reaching their milestones, and everything still seems quite under control. Yes, every now and then, every coin has its own mistakes, some few bumps on the road, but eventually they always get back and continue. So, and another thing which I think is also important is that the Litecoin founder Charlie Lee actually sold all of his Litecoins, right? I think he did this 2 years ago, or maybe yes, 2019 or 2018, I don't remember quite well, but he basically sold all of his coins. And some people said, well, why would you, some people thought him selling his coins is actually him abandoning the project, but he said the reason he decided to sell all of his coins is just to let everything flow within the project, and that he doesn't have any hand in it. Remember, blockchain is about decentralization. So if he had a large number of coins, one would say to a certain extent he would have a control of the coin's value. He could maybe just take the price up by creating a huge buy order, like your typical whales that you find in crypto exchanges, right? But those are just my few points, guys, about why I think Litecoin is an underdog. Just to recap them quickly, I said, of course, it's silver to Bitcoin's gold. It's not necessarily trying to copy Bitcoin. It has its own individual vision. And of course, the main vision is for it to be spent everywhere like a medium of exchange, such as Visa or MasterCard. And another point I mentioned was that Litecoin has 84 million coins circulating. Some are not mined yet, while Bitcoin only has 21 million, right? And of course, the transaction times, that of Litecoin is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but that of Bitcoin takes 10 minutes just for a transaction to be confirmed, right? And of course, the value of a coin is created by its community, the investors that are attached, and many more stakeholders as you go down the value chain. So that's just my opinion on it. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you guys think that Bitcoin is the one, or agree with me about Litecoin, or maybe you have another coin that you think is what people even call a unicorn, right? A unicorn is like a crypto coin, or not necessarily just a crypto coin, but some sort of crypto project that's really good, and basically like a Facebook kind of company or a Google kind of company, those kind of huge unicorns. So let me know what you think in the comments about this, and let's have a conversation. See you next time again, guys. This was an episode of CIA. Cheers.